Welcome back, everyone. Today we're continuing phase 2 of this series, where we learn how to retouch faces and composite them into real thumbnails. This is the second video of the phase. Today we'll retouch this face, then build an actual thumbnail around it. So let's get started. This thumbnail is inspired by the MrBeast video. I paid a real assassin to try to kill me, but instead of copying it directly, we're going to create our own version and build our own perfect shot. Before we begin, I want to mention something important. For this video, we'll be using a more natural face retouching approach. So if you don't fully understand natural retouching yet, go back and watch the previous videos first, because that's where I break down this entire system. First, let's quickly remove the background. As always, we begin by choosing the tone we want for the thumbnail. I selected this tone right here. Now we unify that tone across the entire face. And remember, with natural face retouching, we preserve natural texture. We do not overprocess the image. We keep the skin feeling real, and we avoid pushing the edits too far. The adjustments become more selective. For example, we mainly increase the brightest parts of the image. So, we draw small shapes around those areas, then carefully brighten them. And unlike the more controlled approach, we are not going to heavily brighten the teeth, over-enhance the eyes, or make the lips overly red. We're letting the face stay natural. Now let's push the light slightly more on some of these areas. Go to Colors, Curves, and increase the brightness just a little. Then remove the unnecessary areas. Create a mask, and paint only where we want the effect to appear. Now, let's slightly increase the saturation. Brighten the image a little more, and sharpen it carefully so the face reads better at thumbnail size. We are using the exact same system. Now for the assassin, we're not going to repeat the entire process on screen. We're using the exact same system. Nothing new, nothing complicated. Now, it's time to build the thumbnail. The idea behind this thumbnail is simple. The assassin is trying to kill this man. For this scene, I decided to use a low camera angle shot. We're not focusing heavily on composition yet. That's going to be part of the next phase of this series. Later on, we'll go deep into compositing, camera angles, and how to use composition to tell better stories inside thumbnails. So first, let's bring in the background. Then, adjust it carefully until we get the perfect camera angle for the shot. Now, let's bring in the man and remove some of the fringes around him. Next, bring the assassin into the composition. We'll zoom out slightly and make the assassin smaller compared to the man to create better depth perspective. Right now, the composition feels a little off, so let's continue adjusting everything until it feels balanced. Let's adjust the background again so everything fits together more naturally. We're still not done. Keep adjusting the positioning until the shot feels right. Now, let's move the man upward slightly. And because this is a low-angle shot, the assassin's height always needs to feel taller than the man's, so we need to adjust him as well. Now, let's remove the remaining fringes from the man. Now let's introduce subtle blue tones into the characters and slightly reduce the saturation. Next, let's enhance the lighting on the clothes and objects for both the man and the assassin. And remember, if you really want to control lighting and shadows properly, your strongest weapon is shape drawing. So, we'll draw shapes around each area we want to enhance. Now, let's add some light to the assassin's hair and brighten a few important objects inside the scene. And here is the final thumbnail. Now let's test how it would actually look on YouTube. And there it is. This is how the thumbnail would appear on the platform. But wait, I also tried another version. This time, I pushed the thumbnail into a more cinematic direction. I added a cyan tone across the entire image, and honestly, I want to know what you think.